The world once again stopped for a moment, just to breathe in the sight of Kim Taehyung. A single video, lasting only seconds, showing him under the dim lights of the city, jogging through the night with his damp hair and headphones hanging loosely around his neck, has now spread like wildfire across social media platforms. No grand stage, no flashing spotlights, no choreographed perfection, just Taehyung, the night, and his raw, unfiltered self. And yet, that simplicity became something so breathtaking that millions of hearts trembled all at once. It all started with a clip that seemed ordinary at first. Taehyung running at night, his face glistening under the faint glow of streetlights, his cap pulled low, and his eyes gazing forward with a depth that words can't quite capture. But to ARMYs, there was nothing ordinary about it. The moment that video appeared, timelines exploded. Is it possible for someone to look this beautiful while running? One fan wrote. Another commented, that gaze, it's like he's running away from the noise of the world but straight into peace. Indeed, that's what Taehyung does best, turning ordinary moments into poetry. The way his breath met the cool air of the night, the reflection of streetlights dancing on his wet skin, and the faint sound of footsteps echoing in the quiet. It wasn't just a video. It was an emotion frozen in time. Taehyung's night run sparked curiosity. Fans began dissecting every second of the clip, wondering what made him decide to go out that late. Was he seeking comfort? Was he filming something new? Or was he simply enjoying solitude after long days of chaos? The more fans speculated, the more mysterious it all became. Yet, one thing was certain. Taehyung's calm energy, even in motion, had the power to move people deeply. As the clip continued to spread, armies around the world started posting edits, slow-motion captures, and fan art inspired by the moment. On Twitter, hashtags like hashtag #TaehyungNightRun, hashtag #VinTheMoonlight, and hashtag #RunningWithV trended worldwide within hours. The comments were overflowing with admiration, but also a sense of emotional connection. It was as if people didn't just see Taehyung running, they felt him. His face looked wet, maybe from sweat or maybe from the drizzle, one fan wrote. But his eyes, they looked like they carried stories. Those stories, perhaps untold, perhaps too personal to share, seemed to resonate with millions. Because Taehyung, even without words, has always had the ability to speak directly to the heart. This isn't the first time Taehyung has turned something simple into a viral phenomenon. Whether it's him gazing out a window, walking his dog, or strumming a guitar alone in his room, his presence naturally commands attention. But this video felt different. It wasn't staged. It wasn't part of a concept. It was Taehyung, stripped of all glamour, in his most human form. And maybe that's what made it even more powerful. There was something deeply poetic in the way he moved through the night. The sound of distant cars, the flicker of city lights reflecting on the river, and that fleeting smile he gave to the camera. It felt like a scene straight out of a movie. Fans described it as cinematic, melancholic, and yet strangely comforting. Because behind that seemingly simple act of running, there was a quiet message. Sometimes, peace is found in motion. That it's no secret that Taehyung has often spoken about his love for the night. He once said that nighttime gives him space to breathe, to think, and to feel. The darkness, instead of hiding him, seems to embrace him. And this night run seemed to capture that sentiment perfectly. Many fans noted how the video reminded them of Taehyung's artistic side, the way he often merges music, visuals, and emotion into one cohesive experience. His facial expression, somewhere between exhaustion and serenity, told a silent story of reflection and calm. It was almost as if he was letting go of something, fears, stress, or maybe even thoughts that couldn't be spoken out loud. The lighting, soft and golden against the wet pavement, made the scene even more ethereal. Taehyung's cap cast a gentle shadow over his eyes, making his gaze appear even deeper, almost hypnotic. It was the kind of look that makes people pause and think, not because it's perfect, but because it feels real. Fans began comparing the scene to famous cinematic moments, calling it V's midnight movie. One fan even edited the video with soft background music, turning it into a short emotional montage that has now reached over 1 million views on TikTok. Every second feels like art, one comment read, but beyond aesthetics, there was a layer of emotion that only Taehyung could evoke. Watching him run under the open sky, It was hard not to think about everything he's been through. The pressures of fame, the weight of expectations, and the longing for simplicity that often comes with success. Maybe this was his way of escaping for a little while, to remember what it feels like to just be. That it's fascinating how Taehyung, without saying a single word, can convey an entire story. His expressions speak in a language that transcends words, and his fans understand it fluently. Every subtle glance, every small gesture, carries meaning. In this video, his slightly wet face and calm demeanor spoke volumes about peace, solitude, and authenticity. Some fans believe that this video wasn't just a random moment. It was intentional, a quiet message to his fans. Perhaps Taehyung wanted to remind everyone to take a break, breathe, and reconnect with the world beyond the noise. After all, that's something he's always embodied, the beauty of slowing down. Others interpreted the video as symbolic. The act of running could represent moving forward, letting go, or finding balance amidst chaos. He's not running away from something, one fan wrote. He's running toward something, toward peace. And maybe that's the magic of Kim Taehyung. He doesn't just perform for the camera. He transforms everyday life into art. Whether it's a soft smile, a fleeting glance, or a quiet night run, he captures emotions that millions can relate to. As the hours passed, the video continued to dominate social media. News outlets, fan pages, and online communities all shared it, with headlines like "Taehyung's midnight run melts the internet" and "BTS's V captures the heart of the night." Even non-fans found themselves mesmerized. "I don't know much about BTS," one user commented, "but this man radiates calm energy. He's beautiful in the most natural way." It's moments like this that remind everyone why Taehyung is so beloved. It's not just his looks, it's his aura. There's something grounding about him, something that makes people feel safe, seen, and inspired. Perhaps that's why his night run struck such a deep chord. In a world that constantly rushes, seeing someone like Taehyung slow down, breathe, and exist so freely feels almost revolutionary. It's a reminder that even in silence, even in solitude, beauty can thrive. Days after the video went viral, armies began sharing their own stories inspired by Taehyung. Some started night runs themselves, posting captions like, "Running under the stars, just like V." Others wrote heartfelt letters online, thanking him for reminding them to appreciate small moments again. Taehyung unknowingly started a movement, a gentle, emotional ripple across the world. From Seoul to Paris, from New York to Jakarta, fans felt connected through one simple act, running through the night, feeling the wind, and thinking of him. That what's even more beautiful is how this reflects Taehyung's character. He's always been someone who finds meaning in the quiet, who treasures real connections over grandeur. That's what makes him stand out, not just as an artist, but as a human being. The way the light hit his face in that fleeting second, the way his damp hair fell against his skin, the way his eyes softened despite the fatigue. It was all so human, so raw. And in that humanity, people found beauty. As the video continues to gain millions of views, fans can't help but wonder, was it just a random moment, or was it a glimpse into something more? Could this be part of a new project? A teaser for an upcoming concept? Or simply Taehyung being himself on a quiet night? Whatever the answer is, the mystery only adds to his charm, because that's what Taehyung does. He leaves traces of magic wherever he goes. Even when he's running in the dark, his light reaches millions. The scene, forever etched in fans' minds, reminds everyone that art doesn't always come from perfection. It comes from authenticity. And Taehyung, with his wet face, deep gaze, and gentle spirit, embodies that truth effortlessly. In the end, it wasn't about running at all. It was about feeling. Feeling free, feeling alive, feeling real. And for those who watched, it became a silent promise that even in the darkest nights, there's beauty to be found if you just keep moving forward. Kim Taehyung, once again, didn't just run through the night. He ran straight into the hearts of millions.